मातरम वंदे मातरम सुजलाम सुफलाम मलयज शीतलाम सस्य श्यामलाम मातरम वंदे मातरम शुभ्रज्योत्स्ना पुलकितयामिनी कुसुमिता ध्रुवधरशोभिनी सुहासिनी सुमधुरभाषिनी सुखदां वरदां मातरं वन्दे मातरं वन्दे मातरं.
హాయ్ హలో నమస్తే సిటీ విజన్ ప్రేక్షకులందరికీ స్వాతంత్ర దినోత్సవ శుభాకాంక్షలు. మరి మన 75 సంవత్సరాలు పూర్తి అయిన ఇండిపెండెన్స్ డే సందర్భంగా మనము సరికొత్త ప్రోగ్రామ్ మీ ముందుకు తీసుకొస్తున్నాము. దాని పేరే జై హింద్. So on the occasion of 75 years celebration, Golden Jubilee celebration of our Independence Day, we are here celebrating our program in Sri Triveni. Happy Independence Day! Jai Hind! Jai Hind! With a very unique debate program. So here we came upon with the very unique idea with Mr. Govardhan Reddy. So let's have a talk with him and let's come to know how he came such idea and why this concept is education different from American public school rather than Indian public school. So let's have a conversation and have a debate with the students as well as with the teachers. So let's welcome Mr. Govardhan Reddy, who is chairman of Sri Triveni School. Welcome to our program, sir. A hearty welcome.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Hi, children. It's great to see all of you with our Indian flags. Okay, we gathered here to learn something new. Okay, which we need to get exposed. Okay, so I'm very happy that today few students of Indian origin who are being educated in American schools are here today and they are going to interact with you. So the objective of this interaction is to understand how education is going on in Indian schools and in American schools. What is the difference? So what happens, both they know our system and you have to know their system. Okay, so that is the purpose of this meeting. And I am very glad that this particular program is being organized as a part of our Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav series. And we are gathered here and definitely it should bring better understanding of our other countries where lakhs of Indians are going across the globe and for like better education as well as employment. So we need to have an understanding how systems are working across the globe. So that is the purpose.
Definitely, sir. Sir, but I have a small doubt over here. How did you got this idea, like having a debate on such a beautiful topic? Because until and unless now, we doesn't have such a idea coming through any of the schooling. So how did you get this idea?
Yeah, it's a good question. In fact, I visited America for quite a couple of times. I visited some of the schools there. And I found the system little different from our system. Ours is more conventional and theirs is little different. I interacted with the principal over there, okay, and I visited few classrooms. I went along with one student who is right now going to be presented here.
Great.
And the kind of relationship they have with the teachers is really quite different. very different. And we always try to bring such new ideas to our school,
Oh,
because
wow.
I always interact with our teachers, our academic administration, share this kind of ideas. Because see, when environment is good and very conducive for learning, then better results will come. Our children will enjoy, and they definitely learn good things in good environment. That is the purpose.
So definitely, I think that Sri Triveni school, which is running by yourself, is definitely having a different concept with different teaching skills, isn't it, sir?
Yeah, yeah. We
So
always welcome new ideas, madam. Whether the ideas come from our management side or teacher side or parent side also. We welcome the ideas. We try to share it all across.
So now I would like to introduce you all a very beautiful girl over here, the Indo-American girl who is studying in America. She's in her standards, and now apart from her education, she is going through a cultural activity also in America. She is learning Bharatanatyam, and she went through Taekwondo also, and so many other activities she did. So I would like to call upon on the stage. So she is not only common girl, but she's also ambassador to Sri Triveni school. Her good name is Srinika. So may I have on your stage, please, Srinika. And next, I would like to introduce you all with a very good and handsome, tall guy, which is here in ourselves, Mr. Sriyansh. So Sriyansh, can I call you on your stage, please? Please be on stage. Welcome, Sriyansh. Welcome to our programming. So I'd like to introduce you with a very good parent over here. The parent with very good skills. She is very good and talented in her painting also. She went through so many exhibitions. So her good name is Mrs. Madhuri. So madam, can you please be on the stage? So here we are with a very good concept on the education system, as Mr. Govardhan Reddy sir told us. And here we are with Sri Triveni school kids also who are ready to participate in the conversation. So let's start with the parent who are well known about this education system and want to tell us how they can really understand between the education system in India and how there is a difference in America too. Ma'am, please let me know what is the difference, major differences over in Indian system and in the American education system. What do you feel exactly?
Yeah, in elementary, basically, when the kids are starting to go to school, they don't try to teach just the alphabets directly. They go with the phonetics, and they teach the alphabets with phonetics, and they focus on more phonetics than giving spellings, teach the spellings to them. So that's the major difference I could see. One of the base, so they can spell and also they can coordinate the phonetics and the spelling of that, and then put together. So it won't be the same spelling for if there are 30 students in the class. Each student's spelling will be different for the same word. So here we will try to teach the spelling too, right? So that's the major difference I could see. And the second part was the economics part, like socialization. So every student, they get an opportunity to do some marketing and some funding parts, for donations and all those things. So each student makes a craft and they go sell in the school. As a product, and they decide their own price, and they sell to everyone and they showcase that. So that's the another thing I could see. And there are some cultural activities too they are trying to perform. One of them is they try to encourage all cultures, not just their culture or Indian culture or anything, because US is so many countries together, not just the Americans, Indians, Chinese, Japanese, and Spanish people, everyone. So they have different languages and different cultures. So they kind of organize some events. So all and each and every culture they feel proud of to show their culture on the stage, and so everyone is ready to learn and they are very open too. So that's what these are the three major differences I could say.
Well said, ma'am. Well said. Really inspirable. Like the way you said, as there is a huge differences. We can say that a very big differences. Like we will in our classrooms, we will teach only one single word with kids to one single word. Every all the 30 kids should learn only one single word. But over there, as ma'am said to us, that every word is having a different. Spellings over there, because they don't even concentrate on the particular spelling, but even they'll concentrate like what the exactly each student is going to have in a phonetic verbal. So that's really a huge difference, ma'am. And apart from that, what ma'am said, like we have a practical social activities over here. We can read in only in the notebooks or in the textbooks about the social activities, but in American education part, they are going through practically, and they'll show the kids how the social market is going through. Thank you, ma'am. Really well said. There is a huge difference what you really want to mean it, and really it should develop in India too. I would like to ask Mr. Shreyansh that how really he feel like over here in you are in a ninth standard right now, right? So can you feel a difference? Do you have any friends? First of all, I would like to ask you one major question is that, so you have your cousins over here who are studying in India, right?
Yeah.
So can you have any time a conversation along with us regarding the education part?
Sure.
So how do you feel, like are you advanced or are you going in a similar way?
I think I'm going in a similar way.
But there should be a difference, as Mrs. Madhuri told us that difference between here and there, like they are more concentrated on practical rather than on theoretical. So how do you feel the difference? Can you please share some of your experiences with us?
I think they're more practical because they give us more free time. They give us lots of time to study also.
Let's see what Jashwin like learned in fifth grade. He already completed. Now he is in sixth grade. Okay. In numbers, mathematics, what he learned in fifth grade, we would like to know. And later on, Srinika will tell what she learned in fifth grade mathematics.
I learned in fifth grade measurements, decimals, fractions, and at last graphs. In fifth grade, I learned fractions, decimals, measurement, and data.
So it's almost like they are learning the same things. Do you understand? Yeah. So now request Amrita ma'am to come here.
Hi Jasmine. Hi Srinika. Okay. So I wanted to know what you learned in fifth grade. Okay. Just we want to know what are the topics you learned there in America and here in India. Yeah. This is about like what topics you learned in science in fifth grade.
About magnet and mainly about our food and our diet.
Yes, Srinika, please.
In fifth grade, I learned human body systems, weather, and ecosystems.
Okay. Yeah. I wanted to know, do you in your school any events regarding science are organized?
Yes, there's something called Science Olympiad. They're split into teams and then they compete. In here, we conducted Science Day, and I was being told about brain and digestive system.
Any activities in classroom being conducted? Srinika?
Yes. Once when you add lots of salt and water and put an egg, it floats. Starts to float. In class, we learn about solar system in detail by seeing in TV, and we done a solar system activity also.
So I can see we are like observing that activities in a classroom are very important, and here we will try to give many activities in the class so that by observing the visualize, if they visualize it, the things they will understand more properly. So we'll focus on that, and we will try to give the more experimentation to the students so that they can understand the concept very properly.
So, ma'am, here we have both the students with the same standards, but with a different education system. So, what do you feel there is a difference, huge difference between the education part?
I can say that here we are finding that the activities which will be conducted over here are more, and more we can say it is like personal touch it will give so that they can easily understand the things. Like to theory part will be less and the experimentation will be more. so that it will be easy to remember that concept by the student.
So exactly want to tell me that here you are going with the practical part more than the theoretical part. So the same thing, they are also going through the practical part, right, ma'am? So do you feel any difference like in Indian education system where we can see that 80% of the education is depends on theory itself only rather than practical. Whereas in American education system, they concentrate more on practical. So do you feel the same difference over here, or do you want to change here?
Now, ma'am, I can say that the change already started. It is not that the thing is followed still till now. We are already started with, and most of the schools I can say, even my school I can talk about. It is that we are focusing more on the activities so that the student is growing as a he should understand and inculcate in his life. So it is my observation that it is not 80% and 20% now. We'll try to at least introduce 50% activities in the classroom.
That's really great, ma'am, by seeing such a huge difference in our Indian education system. As ma'am told her in words that we are having a lot of changes. Previously, we don't used to go with the practical part. We used to more concentrate on theory. But over here, right now, with Sri Triveni school, we are going with such an education system where they are concentrating more on practicals. They are showing kids how the visuals are, how can they can come through it rather than they are just going with the book, right, ma'am?
Right, ma'am.
That's really a very happy thing. Thank you so much, kids. Thank you so much for your observations and experiences. Share with us. Thank you.
Well, I'm Saraswati, Vice Principal of Sri Triveni School. I handle social and life skill. And she is Priya in our school. Now she is in ninth class. And he is Satik. Satik is also in ninth class. And Priya, how many portions completed in the 8th class? Do you remember?
In biology, we have learned about how to find the human chick cells, onion peel cells, and what are the shape, size of cell, how many types of microorganisms we can find, and etc.
Very good. And Satik, do you remember anything chapter in the science or social?
Yes, ma'am. In social, we learned about layers of earth and about different processes of evaporation, condensation, precipitation, etc. And we also learned how they revolve around the sun and how many years or time it takes to revolve around its sun. We learned these topics in social.
Thank you, Shayan. And is this same to your American class or?
For science, we're learning about atoms and the parts of an atom and like what they do. And social, it's about world history, so like world wars and like other small wars like French and Indian War.
Only world history only. You are not studying American history there.
Yeah, also American history. Yeah.
Okay.
We learn about the entire world.
Okay, what do you think about their studies and your studies?
I think they're about the same.
Same only now. Yes, sir. This is only that. Mostly this is same only. Same portions only they are completed there.
So, do you feel the same difference, ma'am? Like, as Shreyansh told us that they are going with the similar topics. But, Shreyansh, let me ask you one thing. Do you really feel that the theory part or the practical part in the science or any of the other subjects are similar to the Indian education system?
I feel they're about the same. They're very similar, like education-wise.
So, ma'am, can you please tell us about the teaching skills? How you really make kids to learn the topic very easily? Can you please explain us regarding that?
We give more that activities, and we give some shorts only. That synopsis like something, and it can that learn very easily. Means very scheduled like small.
So, can you please let me know about the coordination or the bonding between you and your students?
Like we facilitators like friends only, madam. We are not always all students. They like that type only. We consider that as whatever they have means they will ask us. Their feeling also they will share with us.
So, you mean to say that they have a freedom to ask the questions very frequently?
Of course.
And they can come directly to you and ask you the questions, right,
Of
ma'am?
course, ma'am. They will ask questions very freely. They will ask whatever questions they have. They will ask.
So, So if they do have any of the problems which are have an unsolution with you, then they can directly go to the principals and they can ask me about that. Or we have any regulations that they shouldn't go to the principal directly or something like that.
First, they will ask me that any that doubt or anything they can't understand. They will ask me. Then when I clear that one, then it is not a problem.
So Shreyansh, let me know from your side that in your schools, does such things going to happen, faculties, and you can speak directly to your principal.
Yes, we can speak freely. First, we ask our teacher, and if he or she does not know, then we go to the principal.
So, do you feel the same? You have a same feeling of education part in your American public school as well as in Indian public school, are similar, right?
I think it's very similar because I think also the teacher and students relations are the same. I think they're a bit weak because we have to keep changing our classes. We have to go to 6 classes a day. So we have 6 different teachers and it's hard to have friendship with all of them and get to know them. Yeah, after they're done teaching, you can ask questions and they'll answer.
So, ma'am, can you tell me the same liberty you will give to your students to ask frequent questions, or they can ask you that, ma'am, today like we are not able to go with such parts, so that we can change the topic or something like
Yes,
that?
yes, of course. Yes, of course. That.
Because unless and until students are concentrated on the topic, the hard you go with the topics, they don't understand, isn't it? So unless and until they are concentrating on that, you can't go with your topic. So do you ask any time the kids that are you ready for the topic or what?
No, I will not go for my topics. I will give some 5 minutes or 2 minutes, some activities, some doing something, and maybe sometimes saying that I'm also a life skill trainer also. So I'm doing something, and their active and their concentration will get. Then after only we will start that one.
As you told me, ma'am, that you are a life skill trainer too. So, what exactly you want to come up with our education part? Because over here we are more concentrating on the studies, and you are insisting students to go through their education part. They are not having the life skills, isn't it? So somewhere they are missing their independence or their life skills. So, do we need psychological classes to the students or to the parents?
Life skill is already life skill is an independent only, madam. Every students like that because life skill is not a subject. It's only activities and they have to participate and they have to interact with whatever they have. That only, they will say that what is they.
So can you please explain me in detail regarding this life skill? What includes exactly in this? Because I'm unable to get it.
Madam, life skill exactly life skill go to that study other subjects also. No, I told you now that a life skill is not actually not a subject. It is a way to go through other subjects.
So do you really feel that bond should be built between you and the parents as well as you and the students also?
Of course, ma'am. All the students that like that one, they want to that all that life skill class regularly.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It really feels great when such teachers are encouraging students, that they are saying that they really encourage students as well as their parents to participate, to go with their life skills. They don't want to just live behind the life skills, like they have to go with their practical part also. Thank you so much, Shreyansh. Thank you so much, kid. Thank you so much, ma'am, for participating in this debate.
Thank you.
So this is until now we beautiful debate with our students, teachers, and the Shreyansh, who is came here to visit India from America. One of the I can say a best Indian who is giving his best in American public school. Thank you, Shreyansh. So until now we have a very good debate and a conversation between the teachers, students, and the parents. But now I would like to have a little bit conversation with the students of Sri Triveni School and the students who came from America. So let's have a debate and start the question part. So who would like to question first to the students? Yeah. What's your question? You first tell me your name now.
Snehita from 8th grade.
So what's your question?
How will you prepare for your exams?
I use flashcards. So for my English tests, I use flashcards. I use the definition on one side, and then the word on the other side, and then I have a friend or someone to test me with them.
Okay, Shreyansh, can you please explain me regarding the flashcards? Because you know of the other students who doesn't know about the flashcards. We never came across it.
Flashcards are like small pieces of paper. So one side will have the definition, other side it has the word, and you have to like say the meaning when someone shows you the word, like as with the piece of paper.
So any of the other students who would like to ask about the question? So we are here with one of the students with a very good question. So your good name, ma?
Adil from 8th grade.
So what is your question?
How will you overcome your fear on exams?
That's really a great question, Shreyansh. You have to go through this because definitely they are going through that fear, and I think you to. So just go with the question.
So in our school, the teachers help a lot. They always say if you listen to everything they say, you should get 100%. So also, there is you can retake the test if you score below 70%. So there's a feeling like you can always redo it if you get a low score.
Still, I don't think so. I got the answer because you are not completely open up. So just can you bit explain about it?
So what I do, I just study. So when I study, I study till I become confident.
Student with us who would like to ask another question. So who would like to ask the question? Yeah, your good name?
Akash from 8th grade.
So what's your question, ma?
How is the education system in America?
Shreyansh, just go through it because you well know about that.
So the education system in America is very similar from here. So there is about 30 people in each class, and the topics are almost the same. I think we also have elective classes where we have like options like Python programming or sports or yeah, art and technology. You have many options to choose from. That like if you want to learn anything about Python or something.
So you mean to say that you have an options to select from particular things. So here we came to know a new thing from Shreyansh that they have a particular options to select some of the topics, right? So I hope you got the answer. So next question from whom side? Yeah, can you just come up with your question? What?
I want to ask to Srinika, how many subjects do you have in your school?
So Srinika, just go through that. How many subjects you have in your school?
In my school, we have math, science, English, social studies, and physical exercise.
Overall 5 to 6 subjects, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Which standard you are in, Srinika?
Huh?
You are in which standard right now?
I'm going to sixth.
You're going to sixth. So you had completed your fifth standard and you're going to sixth, right?
Yes.
So similar topics on the subjects you have, right? So yeah, I hope you got your answer. So good. Well done, Srinika. So next question. So yeah, can you come up with your question, ma? Your good name?
Myself, Sharanya from 8th grade. What is the pattern of your exam?
And to whom you want to ask?
Srinika. We have it probably every other week. Usually at the end of every unit, we have an exam, and at the end of the year, we have the biggest exam, which.
So that's it. Great. So anyone else? Yeah. What's your good name?
Rohan from 8th standard.
So to whom you want to ask the question and what's your question?
Srinika, I want to ask my question that did your teachers will impose punishment for your mistakes?
That's really interesting part because over here we'll go with so many punishments.
Sometimes you get punishment, like you get sent out of school for a couple of days, or you get sent to the principal's office.
So you have to give direct explanation to your principal rather than to your class teachers.
The teachers call the principal and then they send you.
Did your teachers will impose punishments for your mistakes?
Yeah, so if you're caught cheating, they'll make you get a 0 on the exam. You'll have to retake it again with someone next to you. If you keep talking in class, they'll send you out of the classroom and you'll have to go to a different classroom.
So you can join another classroom when you get the punishment. You mean to say that?
You would go to a different classroom, but you would sit in the corner.
So all of the students of Sri Triveni school students as well as the teachers, I would like to wish you all a 25 years of happy Independence Day. Jai Hind! Jai Hind! Jai Hind! All always be proud to be an Indian wherever you are in the world, right? Bharat Mata ki Jai. Let's take a very small break and we'll be back soon.